Howdy, name's Rainfall. I have been playing Demon Hunter, Vengeance Demon Hunter, for about 2 years. This is the class that I have settled on as my main. Obviously, very much so, very passionately. I'm certainly not the best in the world. I am only like 7th or 8th on my realm in terms of Demon Hunter tanks. And I'm not going to be able to give any kind of cutting edge information, any kind of advice for people who are trying to push like plus 20s because, I mean, highest I've done was a fortified overtime to Noku defensive. So I am not the best that there is. But I am good enough to be passable for teaching people who have not really had a lot of experience with this class or who want to know, why do I keep dying? Why do healers hate me? Why do I never get invited to groups? Hopefully I can help with that. I have taught a couple of other Demon Hunter tanks, 2 of which are in my guild. And I feel like there is a fundamental misunderstanding with most people who play this class of what you need to do to heal yourself and what you need to do to stay alive. This class depends on Fury, obviously. If you've played this class for any period of time, not just with Vengeance, but with Havoc as well, you know that you have to build up Fury points in order to do any actions. You have to use your Sigil of Flame, you have to use your Immolation Aura to give yourself Fury in your bar so that you can then do other actions, like Soul Cleave. Soul Cleave being your primary method by which you heal yourself. But in addition to just using Soul Cleave to heal yourself, you've got defensives that you have to use. Meta and Demon Spikes, Fell Devastation. And that's it. Like, you really do not have a whole lot of defensive cooldowns that you can blast to mitigate damage and stay alive, like lots of other classes do. And Fiery Brand is the other one. So with these buttons right here, I mean, a lot of these are like active spells, like Sigil of Flame. That's a preparatory spell that gives you Fury. Sigil of Misery, that fears things around you. Sigil of Silence. Okay, well that doesn't keep you alive. It feels like your only real options are Metamorphosis, Fell Devastation, and Demon Spikes, and it's really easy to misuse those because you've only got 3, so it feels like it's not enough. So it's like, I'm going to die unless I overlap these in some way, and then of course you don't have any cooldowns for later. The big thing about Demon Hunters now in Dragonflight specifically is Frailty, which I have Soul Crush. This talent allows Frailty to overlap. It is so much easier to stay alive now with the new Dragonflight talent system and with the fact that we can overlap Frailty. Last X-Pack, Shadowlands, Frailty could not overlap, and so your primary defensive cooldown for any kind of fight was Fiery Brand, and making sure that you were able to spread that around. Where's it at? Yes, Burning Alive. Making sure you had Burning Alive so that whenever you were jumping into a fight, whether it's raids or whether it's a dungeon and you've got to deal with Keystone Trash, you used Fiery Brand with Burning Alive so that it would reduce the damage of everything around you by 40%. But it jumped like every 2 seconds here, and it would take a full 10 seconds for it to cycle through an entire ad pack, and they're doing a massive amount of damage to you. But now that Frailty can stack, and you can apply it to your primary target up to, like, I've gotten it to 9 stacks before. And to the targets around behind them, you can apply it to them in Cleave. Like, you do not have to individually attack them with Soul Cleave to apply a Frailty stack. You don't have to keep spamming Spirit Bomb because, God, no, that's not doing you any good. But Frailty reduces the damage that you are taking from a target and heals you for all the damage that you were dealing to them. So having 9 stacks on an enemy is extremely beneficial. And if you could just maintain that and roll that, just keep spamming Soul Cleave, keep Immolation Aura up, keep Sigil of Flame up so that you have the Fury necessary to cast Soul Cleave, you can heal yourself for a big amount. Let me show you my healing courses. I am widely known for being very good at self-healing. Progress. Let me come over here and show you some of my healing parses for Vault of the Incarnates is the name of the confounded raid. Why am I forgetting the name of the raid? It's not, also it's not WoW Progress, it's WoW Warcraft Logs. That's the name of the website I'm thinking about. Warcraft Logs. I hate that Skycoast GG is the first thing that comes up. Okay. Mike J. Nelson. Alright. So, parsing damage. Let me go back to... Alright. My parse on damage is terrible with this build that I've got. With these talents that I have. With the gear emphasis that I have. 27.1. That almost prevented me from getting AOTC. Like, the raid leader saw, you do absolutely no damage over here parsing gray in all of your fights? But you see, I got a Razageth kill. Because I told him, look at the self-healing. And this isn't the best self-healing, obviously. This is not fantastic. But this is extremely good. This is really good for a demon hunter to be able to stay alive despite the terrible things which are occurring. Despite the horrendous amount of damage I may be taking. But it's because of frailty. It's because of being able to stack frailty by continuously soul cleaving my primary target, using Spirit Bomb whenever I first enter an engagement so that I am softening up the big burst of damage that you always take whenever you jump into a fight, whenever you first get into a bunch of ads. So, I already showed the talent build. This is my talent build. I don't use Vengeful Retreat. There's no reason for you to ever use Vengeful Retreat as a tank. Literally no reason, unless you're in PvP, to ever use Vengeful Retreat. If you're trying to parse damage, then you'll use Collective Anguish. I've seen some top demon hunters who have Collective Anguish attached, and they'll have, like, the debuff from Hunt. They'll forego Quicken Sigils. Quicken Sigils allows you to cast Sigil of Flame more often, which allows you to gain Fury more frequently, which allows you to cast Soul Cleave and heal yourself. So, you gotta get Sigil of Flame, and you gotta get Quicken Sigils. Also, since I know I'm always going to be putting a sigil on somebody, I'm going to want to reduce the amount of damage that they're doing to me simply by placing the sigil, so I go here. I do not use the debuff from the Hunt because I do not want to sacrifice the point that I need to put into Chaos Nova's reduction cooldown. Just as much... being able to heal yourself is just as important as being able to prevent damage, and if you can suppress the enemies around you that are trying to cast on you, then you need to do that. Damage prevention is just as important as damage mitigation and recovery. What else we got here? I've seen some people pick Soul Furnace and Focus Cleave. I've also seen some people get Soul Carver. I prefer to be able to go the whole way down the center line here, because people will skip Ruinous Bulwark, and people will go Volatile Flame Blood instead of Fallout. Lesser Soul Fragments, of course, are the little purple balls that split off from you, and if you use Soul Cleave, it vacuums one of those to you and heals you. So it would make sense to try and maximize the number of Lesser Soul Cleaves that you have available. This right here, I could pick Volatile Flame Blood because of having additional Fury, which of course translates to additional Soul Cleaves. The issue is that I don't like depending on Crit Strike, because you don't need Crit Strike to be a good healer. You need versatility and haste. That should be your primary stats if you are playing a Demon Hunter. And if you've got a bunch of crit stacked, then either you need to respec as Havoc, or you need to change your stat priority on your gear. Obviously, Fodder to the Flame. I don't even swap to a Legion Decree. I know some people use a Legion Decree in a lot of things. PvP is about the only context when I can see myself using it, like if I'm running an Epic PG or something. But Fodder to the Flame is so strong. Even though it is so annoying that the demon that you have spawned still has to be hit with 2 charges of Throglaive. I don't know why Vengeance never had that problem solved. I don't know why we cannot have our demon die in 1 hit, because we're likely to die if we try and tab over to it and hit it with Throglaive more than once, because that takes way too much time. Which is why I've got an additional charge on it. Where's it at? There's a talent that gives you an additional charge on Throglaive. Master of the Glaive. I've got this because I don't want to have to wait 3 seconds to get my little walking health stone. I need it now. If I am actually paying attention to the fodder demon, that means I am in dire straits. I need to stay alive. If I do not get this, I'm going to die. I need it now. So I've got 2 charges. And I've also got this where it ricochets to 1 additional target so that I do not have to tab off of my primary target, because I'll hit tab a dozen times, never get to the fodder demon. Even though it is the closest target to me, it seems, even closer than my primary target, I'll still hammer tab. And by the time I finally cycle over to the fodder demon, I'm dead. So, gotta get this so that you could just focus on the boss that you're fighting. And if you get really low and you really cannot continue trying to fight to get to the fodder demon, then you just keep attacking your primary target. And I don't click. I do not click on targets around, because I'll still click on 1,000 nameplates before I finally click on the demon. I'm just not that accurate. I'm old. I'm an electrician, so I've got nerve damage in my hands. Yeah, it's not something that I'm capable of doing quickly enough to save myself. So I could continue to go over talents. But I think the best thing I could do is to go into a low key to at least show my thought process behind some of the pulls that I take and some of the cooldowns that I use whenever I use them. A low key that really probably won't have a chance of killing me, because I can pretty much solo anything up to a +5 at this point, but I'll at least be able to walk you through the thought process without getting stuck mentally and thinking, I've got to focus on this or I'm going to die, and now I just need to completely quit talking for 20 minutes. But I will try to get into something where I can talk. Let's see, is there something with a healer already in it? I'll just do a 5 SPG, because who cares? It's fine. Also, this dude has no rating, so it would be ideal, because I'll get bonus Valor. I'm trying to upgrade Thunder's Downburst Ring, which is Abyss Ring for Demon Hunter tank. Definitely get this ring if you can. That's so much versatility. And I know that I'm saying you need to stack Verse and Haste, and you'll look at my stats right here, and it's absolutely garbage. I'm doing the best I can. Gear drops have not been pleasant. Back during, I did go to Shadowmoon Valley, right? Yes, because there's only 1 Draenor portal right here. Back during Shadowlands, my versatility was 40. I was stacked exactly the way I wanted to be. But now, I mean, they've stuck us with the worst tier. Like, you can't change the gear stats on your tier. You've got to go with whatever they feed you, which is critical strike here, mastery here, mastery there. Like, they're trying to feed us into this mastery thing. They even gave us talents that are all about mastery and like increasing your movement speed based on your mastery. It's so dumb. Mastery is so bad. And what does it do? It increases the armor by whatever percentage of your agility and increases your attack power. We don't need armor, we need healing output. Also, let me make sure that I am fully repaired, because I made this mistake earlier. There we go. Off we go. So I'll do this, and then I'll do something high, like a 16 or an 18. See, my mic stand is very annoying. I don't know what I have to do. Oh, I see what the problem is. Yeah, my mic is down here now, so now I have to bend way down here, and it's really frustrating. Look how far down that is. My gosh, I have to set it on my knee, and so then not only is it squeaking the whole time, but now also it's all jammed up in my face like this, and I just got a face full of my microphone. Okay. Alright, so Bone Mender. Want to target him. Use the hunt. Root him in place. I'm not going to interrupt him until he does his amend ability. So, building up Fury. And then, well, he died before I could really try and stack up frailty stacks on him, but I'll get him in the next one. So I use demon spikes whenever I first got in because I've got retaliation, and retaliation increases the amount of threat that I'm taking. If it's a big enemy like this that's going to take a while, a single enemy, then I'll go ahead and use Fiery Brand. But retaliation is so good, especially if you're like tanking in a raid with a tank who's higher geared than you and you're having issues actually managing threat. If you put retaliation on and then just activate demon spikes whenever you know you're going to be meleeed. Whatever, I guess we'll take this void spawn ad. I don't like this ad. Okay. I'm going to use Fell Devastation because it'll help me grab some aggro. Realistically, I would never use Fell Devastation to grab aggro. Because it is a self-healing cooldown. How much damage does this actually cause? Hang on, I want to step on this. That caused no damage. It's definitely a +5, my gosh. Getting attacked by a dozen little ads like this, Spirit Bomb is so handy to use. Just give them all a good little stack of frailty. Where's the... Too many vines. Too many things for the camera to clip into in this dungeon. Alright, where's the Mender? There. Okay, again, using Demon Spikes, even though there's not actually like a tank smash coming up now, because I want that aggro boost. And then just trying to focus on maintaining a good number of stacks of frailty on my primary target. And then the other guys in the background are also getting stacks of frailty. Really though, I'm just using Fell Devastation here because of causing damage with it. And I'm only doing that because it's a +5 and nothing could kill me. So don't use it haphazardly. This boss has an ad that she'll try and pull to her that heals her. And so just a second from now, whenever that happens, I'm going to justify having Master of the Glaive a second time, besides just being able to focus on the main target. And here we go. See, throw it at her, it ricochets off and hits the demon. But Throw Glaive slows down any target it hits. So that's kind of handy to be able to slow those guys down. I'm just going to take this to the face. What did it do? 10% of my damage? It's especially good like on Granith in Noku Defensive, whenever you've got to slow down the one Demolisher ad that's trying to run to the crossbow. Why are you over here? I have full aggro. Why are you attacking the hunter? Weird. Fine, I'll just bring you with me. Okay, using Sigil of Silence to prevent the exhumed spirits from casting Death Blast by aiming at the target in between them so that I know that it will reach, because over time you'll develop kind of an understanding of the borders of your sigils and how far they'll reach. Why are you attacking? God, if people would interrupt things, they would move so that I could maintain aggro because of things being within my cleave radius.
Your undying souls will fuel my ascension from the darkness.
Okay. I always use the hunt whenever I'm opening, whenever I'm first attacking a boss, because I want that extra self-healing. Realistically, a boss isn't going to hit you nearly as hard as ads will, so you can kind of you can save that for ads. But if the cooldown is up, then why not use it? Get that extra bit of self-healing. I mean, you can see how much I'm healing for. I'm healing for 13k. And I'm healing just myself. And the healer isn't even trying to heal. Their HPS is very low. Because they don't have anything to heal. Healing yourself immediately is a good way to, prevent them from having to work. And of course the job of tanking is to try to, make sure that your healer never has to do anything. Because God bless a healer. Out here doing the Lord's work. I've always said, this game could be played by only tanks and healers. The only reason DPS exists is simply for convenience. If there was not such a thing as an enraged timer, I would never invite another DPS character to a raid. I would rather take 45 minutes on a single boss fight and actually kill it the first time instead of taking 45 minutes on a single boss fight and also burning God knows how many wipes, God knows how much golden repairs, because we died, because DPS don't know how to play. The DPS mindset is one of just carry me to victory. Oh, healer and tank. So for a big group like that of a bunch of ads hitting me at the same time, I'm going to use Fell Devastation just to try and bloat my health pool up to a point where they cannot easily take me down so the healer's not freaking out. Because again, your health pool goes up and down so much whenever you're playing as a DH. You've got to try to soften that up and down motion as much as you can so the healer doesn't have an aneurysm. Only reason all of those corpse spiders just came to me there was because I used demon spikes while being meleeed by these two spiders right here. I didn't taunt them, I didn't damage them, but they came to me. They did vacuum their aggro over to me because I used demon spikes while being meleeed by another ad. And the same thing will happen here more than likely with these bats, because I'm going to activate demon spikes here, and as soon as he starts meleeing me, I've only got 2 seconds of uptime. No, let me do it again. This guy doesn't smack. He just does feed it spit. See, I've completed a decently high keystone of this. But yet I'm over here looking like an imbecile. Gotta use Chaos Nova to prevent Plague Spit. Yeah, I should have had the spikes up more frequently there. Why is the boss not spawned? I jumped in the arena to make him spawn. Unless I'm learning here, unless I'm getting pointers. Does the boss not spawn until this carrion worm is dead? I don't want to jump away from him now because I don't want him to suck over to the DPSs. Start killing them. There we go. We're all here. So this guy really doesn't have any tank smashes. There really isn't a time when I would use demon spikes here. And so I get here. I get to sit here and do nothing because they did not put this bones pile in the correct spot. Also, yes. Make sure that you lust whenever there's 2 people in the water and nobody's able to hit anything. Yes, that's very, very good. Redonkulous. Also, I'll use Fiery Brand here just because that causes damage. And that could be ticking while I'm stuck over here, unable to actually attack the boss. There. Immediately you heard demon spikes go off there because I want to collect aggro without having to tab to each individual target and chop them. I don't want to have to give everything attention. Having retaliation makes things so easy. So easy to aggro. When I didn't even use that that talent until I was fighting heroic Razageth, and I kept losing aggro to the other tank, who was, I believe, a prot warrior. I kept losing aggro to them. I'm not taking them over there by the corner. Actually, no, the priest knows. The priest knows how to do that. The priest doesn't know how to interrupt anything, but knows how to hide behind the corner to mitigate the damage from the void burst. It's cute. Anyway, yeah, I started looking through my talents to see, is there something that I'm doing to miss aggro? I saw retaliation was there. I said, aha! I've made a discovery. Fiery Brand just to mitigate the initial burst of damage that he's doing before I can actually get stacks of frailty. Outstanding Malevolence. Got a dot over here that I need to avoid. Generally, you don't want to turn your back to a boss because you're going to start getting back attacked and you're going to take critical hits. But I'm doing it there because I can, because he's not going to hit me that hard. And finish him off like a PvP target. Hit him with the hunt real quick. Okie dokie. Did I get anything? Couldn't open the box because the Felguard was taking damage from me. Hey, I got a bottle of essence. That's rare. Nice. Alright, got some bonus valor. Back to Veldraconations. So that was a basic level 5 dungeon. Now I'm going to try something that's huge. Something that'll actually be threatening to me. Assuming I can actually get in a group for it. Also, real quick before I go over there, how much valor do I have? 310. I don't think I can upgrade this ring with 310. I think I have to have like 400 something. Yep, that's what I hear. Ah! Actually, no, I can upgrade it now. And that'll take it up to a 411. That's huge. And I can't upgrade it until I hit 2400, which is not going to happen for a while. So now I just need to replace Decoration of Flame with Windswept Pages. And how much valor does it take? 400 valor per upgrade for that. Oh my gosh. What's it going to take to get it to level 12? 2,400 valor. But this is a best in slot trinket for Vengeance. You need to go to Temple Jade Serpent to get this. Having your haste just randomly increased, that's pretty big. The other trinket that I would say would be the best, what's it called? Totem of the Allmaster. That's what it's called. This trinket. Where, you're doing damage if you can parry something. That's pretty big. Wouldn't say this is BIS exactly, but it's certainly a good one. Because you do tend to parry a lot whenever you have Demon Spikes active. Increases your parry chance by 15%. That's huge. 14, I'd never looked at the difference before. 14% up to 29% as soon as you activate Demon Spikes. Alright, now for an actual hard dungeon. Let's see, no, don't start a group. Actually, I could start a group. Yeah, let me just start a group. Let me just run an Algathar. I hate Algathar Academy. Because it's so hard to get past the first dungeon, or first boss, rather. Yes, okay. Alright, who we got? Who we got? Oh my god! These two fools trying to carry their... Fucking, I'm not gonna argue with it. Come on, guys. Everybody's in melee. That certainly won't end poorly.
Drouses may look deadly to outsiders, but some cute critters will smooth the rough edges.
Alright, now I just gotta get a healer who's capable of healing this. 3 melee in Quaking Week. Good lord. It's gonna be spoopy. We're going to school. Right. Would have been nice to have gotten a Warlock, because I really like law cookies for things like this. Really do. Something else that I can say while I'm waiting. For stupidly important abilities like Demon Spikes and Throw Glaive and Taunt and Interrupt, it may be a little strange that I've got them segregated off over here. Like, who the heck has fingers long enough to hit Shift minus or Shift equal sign? But I've got mouse buttons on the side of my Logitech mouse here. And that way, I have the muscle memory down where I know if I squeeze the mouse a little bit over here and pinch the mouse a little bit right here, and just touch a little bit right here, it makes it where I can hit those buttons.
Well then, let us begin.
396. What's your best for this? A plus 14? Yeah, I would say cancel. I don't want to be rude. There we go. I'll always go with the Dragthyr. Always love to have a Dragthyr. Yes, dude. Love having Dragthyr healers. Especially if they're in Discord with me, because I can ask for Bone Shattering Roar or whatever the ability is. That increases the duration of a CC ability on ads, where I'll pop Sigil of Silence, and Sigil of Silence interrupts enemies who are casters for 10 seconds. But that Bone Shattering Roar can increase it up to like 15 seconds. It's fantastic. I love running with Dragthyr. Lots of utility.
I have many lucky tools you like.
Also, the food that I eat is the one that increases my stamina. If there was one that increased versatility that I had a recipe for, then sure, I'd eat that, but need that extra stamina. Make my health pool longer. right, so we're about to pull fat. I'm just gonna sit over here. I don't want to actually eat this because I don't want agility. I want stamina. All right, everybody's ready. I have to count because I can't see it. What is it? Fucking, I can't count anymore. Fine. I can't see the countdown for the keystone, so I don't know when to set it in except to listen to sound effects. All right. Big pull. They want all the ads in the tree room. All at the same time. I am scared for my own survivability. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to talk to Mr. Mans. Oh, Lord.
Range 5.
Okay, use spell devastation there. I'm disoriented. Fuck, I'm gonna die. No chance.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Immediately I got stunned.
Range 5.
Okay, wait right here until the Drakthir casts Temporal Anomaly, so I get that shield. And then here we go. Got lots of shit happening. I'm just going to throw a Fiery Brand, because really right now, there's not really much use I can get out of that, and I'm just depending on the healer. Fuck. I was waiting for Fell Devastation. I needed Fell Devastation to come off cooldown.
Range 5.
God damn! I can't get aggro off of everything ripped off that fast. Or at all. Did we kill anything? Gosh, we still have so much shit to grab.
Range 5. Range 5.
Alright, so I've got 3 stacks of the frailty on the primary target. But I do not have a whole bunch of stacks on him because I'm trying to spread it out amongst all of the enemies that are attacking.
Range 5.
Okay, build up enough for Fell Devastation. Here we go.
Range 5.
Using Spirit Bomb to try and spread it out a good bit.
Range 5.
We're just about.
Okay.
Wait, Itchy Straws. There's too much light.
Itchy straws.
What are you doing?
The worst thing you could possibly drink out of.
There is too much nature. What are you doing?
What is that thing? This is your fault.
Alright, Fiery Brand right off the jump. I did not use the hunt yet. I'm going to use that whenever the healer comes up because of the amount of damage that the hunt causes so that I can try and get them dispatched in a hurry. I'm not using Sigil of Flame yet. I'm saving that. I had armor spikes up for that one. Well, I had calcified spikes up, but I had armor spikes up to try and take that. That in addition to Fiery Brand.
Range 5.
Try and mitigate all that. Now I use Fiery Brand because there's a lot of ads. There's the hunt. I did not anticipate the DK doing that, but alright. Everybody's in the ring. Everybody's getting dispelled. Spread out with Quaking. Or not. It's kind of difficult. Here I need to have more Fury. And now use Fell Devastation to try and get lots of aggro really quick and blow up my health pool.
Range 5.
And we're good for a while.
Four, 3. Range 5.
It appears some new students.
Why can't I mount up? My gosh, it took
Range
forever to get
5.
out of...
Interested in our
Took
story.
forever to get out of combat there.
Help them sort out clearing the place. It is in quite a state.
Won't need Fiery Brand for quite a while, so she's that.
Range 5. Range 5.
Get that Fodder Demon's health. Right quick. I'm not going to get hit by a tornado, am I?
Four, 3, 2, 1. Range 5.
Okay, healer's dead.
Range 5.
Alright, what you got? Want to come tank, sub you heal, and me and somebody BS.
Range 5. Range 5.
So this dungeon certainly did not start out well. But I never tried pulling all three of them before. I now know my limitation for that. That was pretty bad.
Range 5.
I was exponentially out healing the healer because they just were not able to keep up with the amount of damage that I was taking there.
Range 5. Four, three. Range 5. Range 5.
I did not want to get hit by that gust, but I had to avoid running quaking over people.
Range 5. Range 5.
Nothing really too problematic happening now. There we go.
2, 1.
Right. Now we need to clear out the people. I will have to reach the goals for Lishman. That is Talentos for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention.
Range 5.
Alright, this boss is
At least we know that works.
a bit of a bitch because of all the moving around, so I expect to wipe here. Gonna start off with Fiery Brand.
Range 5.
Did not mean to use Sigil of Silence, that means nothing. Got armor spikes up for Savage Pet, gonna try and get that fodder demon real quick, there we go.
Range 5.
Always got to have armor spikes up on a boss fight, specifically for the tank smash. I still got Fell Devastation. I've got Demon Spikes up because I knew he was going to cast Savage Peck, so I'll just regain my health with a Fellhound. Use Spirit Bomb as a means of vacuuming that in. Obviously, Spirit Bomb is something that you use whenever you're trying to spread frailty stacks out to a bunch of adds. But if you've just killed a fodder demon, then he drops that little demon soul, and you want to get that vacuum to yourself really quick.
3, 2, 1.
Because it does a lot of healing and increases your damage by, I think it's like 20%.
Range 5.
I don't know if I got that up in time.
Range 5.
use this before that Savage Peg just to go ahead and immediately regain that health back. There you go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Range 5.
Okay. Whoa.
Range 5.
I saw Mana Void going off. I needed to kick that.
Range 5.
All right. We're all good.
Range 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Range 5. Range 5.
And look at there. Easy as piss.
Range 5.
Easy as it can sausages. Off we go.
Our history professor Max Dormu is almost ready for lessons. You see if there is anything he needs assistance with.
Four, 3, range 5, 2, 1.
Okay, Spirit Bomb to grab that Demon Soul real quick. Obviously, the Dracthyr doesn't know the thing where you stand behind the lantern over there. That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Range 5.
This Arcane Ravager, whenever he leaps, he always leaps to the furthest person. And so if the healer stands over there by the torch, excuse me, my mic stand fell down, so now I've got to sit like this. If the Dracthyr stands over there where he can like hide behind the torch over here, it makes it where he won't jump. He'll always stay stuck right here.
Range 5.
The elements answer to me!
Please excuse the mess. It has been quite some time since Steve has been. I just wanted to get on my legs.
Range 5. Range 5. Range 5.
Why can't I attack? God damn. I couldn't fucking generate any fury. I had no self-healing.
Range 5.
Here we are. Long ago, members of the Blue Dragonflight
All right.
accidentally overloaded an arcane elemental and created a powerful construct named Veximus that quickly started to wreak havoc.
Range 5. Range 5.
Okay, fell devastation there, bloat my health pool so that
Range 5.
big channel cast doesn't hurt too bad.
The elements answer to me.
Range 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Range 5. Range 5.
Veximus did not absorb any arcane ores.
There we go.
Veximus tried its best to defeat the dragon. It was ultimately destroyed. Well done.
Destroyed.
Range 5. Range 5.
Okay, I'm going to use my Sigil of Fear here too to try and delay the inevitable of these guys all casting at the same time. Hopefully they can all die within a timely manner.
Range 5.
Yes. Okay. Whew.
Range 5. Range 5. Range 5.
Answer to me!
Four, three, two, range 5. 1. Range 5.
Okay, I don't have any. I've just got Chaos Nova up, but I'm going to save it obviously for this next pack. Paladin's almost here. Where's that patrol?
Range 5. Four, three. Range 5.
Okay, now if we run, we can time it.
Who are you? You are not registered here. This room is these are sacred halls of learning. Only those registered
Range 5.
We cannot wipe. This boss really doesn't do anything, but I'm still going to use a couple of cooldowns periodically just to try to mitigate it over time. She doesn't really have a tank smack, so I'll just kind of use armor stacks off cooldown. Obviously open with Fiery Brand.
Range 5.
She's standing on a circle.
4. Range 5.
I've never wiped on this boss, so I hope we don't wipe here.
It's too far away.
Come here, lady. Come on.
Range 5.
Demerit points for you. Poor marks for poor students. The elements answer to me.
Range 5.
Finish her off. Come on.
Points for you.
Use Fiery Brand here just to add a little bit of extra damage to the
4,
mix.
3, 2.
Poor marks.
There we go. Hey, I'm 2200. I got some wrists I don't need. All right, what did I get? What all did I get out of that? I got something for inscription, which I've already got. The wrists don't matter. Nothing here really matters. So I'll just buzz out of here. But I'm now 2,200. That's huge. I'm so proud of it. I wonder, does that mean I no longer have to go back to Algathar Academy? Like, have I got orange numbers there now? My Algathar Academy is 278. Yay. Alright, so I just said I did not want to do a high key and not just completely stop talking. I tried to talk as much as I could during that, but that was hectic. I'm starting to sweat. Literally sweating right now. Because that was hard. But I'm tired of having to deal with my mic settling down way down here. I've got to go figure out what's wrong with this so that I can quit sitting here like a turtle with my neck all out like this. And also some of the boys in the guild wanted to run keys, so I'll